Hello ATL JDM followers, Flavien Vidal, I'm the dedicated buyer for ATL JDM in Japan, and we have an R33 Skyline. So unlike the ones that have been that are on US soil right now, like most of them, if they were GTS25t Type M, like this one is, the quality wasn't there. You know, like a crappy body kit, like cars that I've seen like that's had quite a life, if I'm honest. But that's not the case at all for this one, which is like, yeah, pretty much perfect. So one owner, turbo, of course, that's a proper GTS25t Type M, and just really mint, like really nice. So let's go for a quick walk around, but I'm gonna leave that to parts, to future parts, in 3 months when it arrives, but just to show you quickly what the car is, let's go over that.
Do it just one time.
What?
Hello everybody.
Can you stop that?
What's up everybody? ATL JDM here. As you can see, I'm with Mr. Flavian, our full-time buyer in Japan.
That's the 4th video that we do in a row, so I'm saying hi to all the cameras.
We're trying to knock as many out before you leave. Go back home to buy some more cars. And before you leave though, we're going to look at another Gran Turismo legend. Car from my childhood. The 1994 Nissan Skyline R33 GTS25t, because GTRs are not legal to import until next year.
Well, they will be very soon. Well, there's some like it's a bit like technically like the Midnight Purple 2 R33 GTR can be imported right now under show and display. And it doesn't have to pass the EPA certification, so it could be imported right now and driven right away, but that's a very expensive car. So that's
show and display is not
quite a bit cheaper.
Easy. Yeah.
Well, now that it's like show and display, the EPA certification has to be like 21 years or older to be exempt of EPA certification. So because it's 1997, the R33 GTR from 1997 Midnight Purple 2 can be imported and is easy to import, but you're limited to 2,500 miles a year to drive on.
And plus everything you just said, the DMV doesn't know because they're lazy government workers.
No, that's gonna be like, yeah, that's gonna be a whole different process still to import.
Exactly.
It's
anyways,
easier.
Let's just go ahead and just look at the booty on this thing. I mean, the tail lights. This is literally the view I had growing up, and there's a PlayStation 2 controller right here.
And I might or might not say every time I see an Impala, hey, nice Skyline.
Yeah, I know, right? The Impalas have the same tail lights. Okay, so this one is absolutely gorgeous. It's very clean. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, man. This is the cleanest R33 in the Southeast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be bold enough to say it. You know, I mean, I've seen a couple of them online. You know, I've seen outrageous pricing on them, but this one is absolutely just gorgeous. And the only way I can really even describe driving this car, it's just an absolute delight. It's like driving on a very fast cloud.
It's a really smooth.
You don't even know when you're going 140 kilometers until you actually look at the speedometer and you're like, oh shit, I'm going really fast right now. But the paint is in really good condition. There's a few little touch-up marks that someone in Japan tried to do right here.
Like door dings, would be my guess.
I think on the other side there's one or two also. It's a little bit dirty, sorry.
No.
Not on this side. I know there was one more.
Here.
There we go.
Just right there.
Glare from the sun, hopefully I got that. But you got, you know, I mean, the really nice pearl white paint, really nice SSR wheels that do have a little bit of gunk on them because they're a little older.
And they have some like little curve marks also, but nothing too bad, or nothing that cannot be restored. And they're not original wheels anyway, so you can like easily like restore them. Like just a little polish and repaint of the wheels would do marvels.
GT badge.
But yeah, so what to say on this one? Also, there is some.
There's nothing Nismo about this car. The only
it just
$18 on eBay.
Yeah, probably.
And then it's got a Nismo sticker on the back.
Also,
but it's just not a Nismo package or anything like that.
It does have a big ass exhaust.
It does.
I'm not sure what is it, like HKS or something. I don't even know what who made it, but yeah, it's pretty big. So yeah, the walk around of the car is fairly fairly simple because there's not a lot to say about it. It's just in very good condition overall. We went over all the little defects that the car has already. There's really not
Cosmetic,
much to
yeah.
say.
The inside, just show me inside, dude. I mean,
It's like,
I'm drooling
down,
over here. I'm drooling over here.
So yeah, like original interior. The car has what, 140,000 kilometers?
90,000 miles.
149,000 kilometers. That's about 90,000 miles roughly.
And this steering wheel is sick, dude. I mean, I would obviously like the original steering wheel,
Yeah, I
but
prefer the original.
I'm okay.
I'm not a big fan of
this
the
one in
steering.
particular, though,
That's
I'm
gonna be
okay
the
with.
only thing.
And the seat really like bolsters you down. Like the
It
foam
does
is
hold you
really
pretty well,
good. Like the original foam, original seat, and you feel locked in there for it just being a stock seat.
Yeah, now that your present parts also like because you've just seen the test drive in Japan of the car. Yeah, like what was changed? Like I think that the steering.
That's a brand. Well, remember, because someone at the port stole that one.
Stole that one, and
So
we
then
had
you
to
mailed-
ship another one.
Right. So
from
that's a
Japan.
factory brand new.
150 bucks.
Yeah. So I mean, well, it's still the Skyline, the shift knob that belongs in the car.
Yes.
When we turn on the car, we'll show you the GPS that still thinks you're at the port in Japan.
Oh really?
I swear to God, yeah. Sometimes you're like driving on the coast, but I don't
One
think
thing
it's
about this car also,
registered.
we're not going to do the test drive with me today. The main reason being that, well, the other test drive in the US, the main thing is that the clutch is slipping from around like 4.5 to 5,000 RPM. It did not do that in Japan, sadly. So we have a clutch that has arrived, but
It's actually on the way.
no, it's arrived. Rick got it.
Oh, you already got
Yeah,
it?
he
Okay.
got it, yeah.
That was fast. And honestly, that goes back to the port.
Yeah, I think like
Those
you
guys,
said
I mean,
that
I've
you've
seen them
you've
rag.
seen
I mean,
them.
just drive these cars, abuse them because they're not their cars. They don't care. And honestly, if
that's
someone
like-
threw you the
that's
keys to a Supra and you had
Shame.
an open alleyway, I mean, it breaks my heart every time I see them goofing around back there. They have no supervision, but it is what it is. You got some peeling right here, which is
gonna
common.
be typical also R33 problem with them. The plastic, the hard
And you
plastic
said
does
it's
peel.
right there too.
Also same thing here. And
Bless
my allergies are going crazy right now. Yeah, and some scratches here and here a little bit around the lever, the shifter. But yeah, no, the car itself is just in very, very good condition, other than those little scratches and like
Little peel on the
plastic peel.
inside.
Yeah.
It does have a little system in it too.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to, I'll get my cord and
We
we'll play
will.
something real fast.
Yeah, you're gonna get like YouTube gonna just shut the video. So, but yeah, no. Other than that, other than the steering and the wheels, the car is like completely original. That's what I look for a car. Like lots of people, they want to import like, oh, do you have like a 600 horsepower Nissan Skyline? But if you stand behind the cars that you sell, if you like, I totally tell people that if you need anything or if anything breaks when it arrives, like we will take care of it. I can't do that. I cannot get a super high horsepower car that will take forever to repair or will be maybe very expensive. So we tend to stick to stock car, and this one is as stock as it gets. So let's check the engine bay.
Just hold on, let me show the
My nose is killing me right now.
more
There we
Nismo
go.
stickers. There's a couple little Japanese stickers everywhere.
Yes,
here and
so
there.
timing belt is 10-year-old. That's not. That's gonna be like 10 to 15 years is roughly the interval that you have to change it. So you still have some. You can still use it. I mean, it's only been driven like 49,000 kilometers since then. But it's something that you will have to keep in mind to do
Later on
It's
down the
like,
road.
It's not too hard to change the timing belt on those, but it will have to be done within the next 5 years or something. The lights could use like a proper polish just so that they're not yellowed anymore. Like sadly, like they were starting to cut costs, so there's no actual glass headlight. It's plastics, and plastic headlight with the sun, they do get yellow.
do
a little
that.
bit. Yeah, they do get yellow. But yeah, no crash history whatsoever on this one either. You can see original bolts everywhere. Nothing was ever moved. Original, like just all the everything was never put. Little bit of like a mark here. So you have to keep in mind also Skylines usually in general they do rust a lot just on the strut mount. This one there's little bit, so that could be like just like sanded little bit, and just to
It's
make
just a
sure
little
that it
surface
does
rust.
not
It's
go. Yeah,
It's not chewing anything up.
just
yet.
making sure that it doesn't go
Let me
any
get a
further.
Plate real quick.
with the plate. I can start the car. Where are the
Hold
keys?
on, wait.
You have the keys with you?
RB25, Old Faithful.
And yeah,
think-
it's an engine that does sound very, very good.
Dude, I get excited every time I hear
You
it. The
don't
keys
have
are in
the
there.
keys? They're
Before you
not on
start,
the
man, let me
hinge.
just get back. Hold on. This sound is just. Oh. Antenna.
It's like it's really just really smooth. Like yeah, sadly, usually what I like to do, but the fan is a little bit too high. I like to put the cell phone on there if the fan does not, but like it will make it fall down because of the fan. But like the smoothness of the engine is just genuinely impressive. Genuinely. Yeah, what else? Like yeah, so RB25 DET. Main difference with the GTR, it's only like 0.1 liter difference, but this one is single turbos, the GTR is twin turbos, so they are parallel turbos, they're like a little bit smaller, so they push on both sides of the engine at the same time. It's not like you have sequential turbo, for example, for the RX-7, not how it works. They both push at the same time, but they're a little bit smaller, which means that there's less turbo lag on the GTR, and that's why like people do usually feel that the GTR is a lot faster. It's not necessarily much faster, but it just like the boost arrives earlier, and yeah, it feels better. And it's also like sort of fake four-wheel drive on the GTR. It's like rear-wheel drive 99% of the time. Only when you lose traction in the rear do you get the front wheel acting as some sort of nanny and bringing you back in place. This one is just solely.
And didn't they? The production was limited on R33s, right?
No, it's just a lot less.
They just didn't make a lot of
They
them.
just no, they still make like R33 GTRs. I'm not sure of the numbers of the production numbers for GTS25t. GTRs like were like maybe like 18,000 something like that for R33, but they made like 45 or 50,000 R32, and only like 10 or 11,000 R34 GTR.
And honestly, I think the R33 is the one that doesn't get any love. It's literally the most underrated one.
It is. It just feels a bit heavier, but you have to. It just feels a bit like bigger. I mean, but it's not heavier at all.
I mean, the only difference is the batteries in the back, suspension, stuff like that. But and the weight, obviously.
No, the weight is actually very limited. The weight like the
Compared
car
to the
feels a lot bigger,
32 though.
But no, it's not even much
It
heavier.
feels heavier
There's
to me, man.
There's like maybe like 50 to 70 kilogram difference between both cars.
I don't know. It
It's
just
like
it
really
just
minimal.
feels big. Maybe it's just the body. I don't know. But driving the 32 GTSC,
No, I'm
was just
comparing like GTR to GTR.
I'm comparing R32 GTSC to
Yeah,
the
GTS. I'm not sure about
25.
the price. The weight difference between GTS, but for GTR to GTR, it's like there's only the sides feel a lot different because the R33 is a lot smaller.
Right.
But there's only very little weight difference between the cars.
Just do one more lap. And I want to show the inside from the passenger side too. I don't think I did that.
One thing that I will give to the R33 is that it's not as playful over the limit. The R33 will tend to be much more of a planted car. The R32 tends to be really tail happy. So this is a Type M also. We tend to only buy Type M's because of the LSDs that come stock with the car. Yeah, that's like just slightly less playful, and that might be why people like, felt that it was like not as fun. But they just didn't throw the car hard enough.
And the guy, this was a one owner.
This one was no, that's the other one that I have in Japan. That's the
Oh,
one.
okay, got
This
you.
one I'm not sure of the amount.
But the guy who owned it, or people that owned
Really
it,
took care of
didn't
it.
smoke in it.
No,
They took care of it. And people are smoking. I mean, the people in Japan smoke like crazy, so it's hard to find cars
this
that
one
haven't.
could be a one owner, but I'm not sure of the.
Yeah, it
of
looks
the
like it to me,
ownership
honestly.
or, history of this one.
Oh yeah, let me show the GPS real quick. Someone turned it off.
If it's still power button, how does it work?
Someone turned it off.
I just think I just got the button. And the GPS died.
No, no.
Is it still plugged somewhere?
It's still plugged in.
because there's no like it doesn't the light.
It
does
usually
not-
just kicks on like by itself. I've never.
Try to turn it off again. Please try to turn it on and off again.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I mean, this needs to come out anyways, but that's kind of a buzzkill. The ETC reader.
Yeah, that's the ETC, so it tells you to put your card. Do I have my ETC card with me? Maybe like. Does it recognize like? I don't think it's GPS tracked. Do I have an ETC card here to put? No, I don't have my. It's in my wallet. It's in my backpack. So no, the GPS is not
Why?
working for now.
Well, that's lame. I don't know why there's a off and on right here.
No, because it didn't have like. Yeah, I think it wasn't like that. It had some sort of cover on it that maybe was stolen also. Hey, maybe it was also stolen. There was some sort of like a cover over the cigarette lighter. It would just like look like a switch, you know, like an emergency switch.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I remember it from Japan.
And then the AC is
Cold and nice.
very cold, which we need right now because we're dying out here.
Just like as hard as possible.
You got the turbo timer also.
Turbo timer right there. You can turn it on. Beep. Alright, it's working and you can just like.
Let's see if we can pick up any radio. Just show you the system.
I can't see anything from there.
You can't really tell with radio and static, but I mean, this is how you adjust your. I think it's just like a simple, like a little 8 back there. It's something too crazy.
I'm not sure what that does though.
I think that's for the
Can turn
subwoofer
on.
in the back.
Oh,
That's
really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you adjust it.
Okay.
Oh my god, it feels so good.
And now the turbo timer for minutes. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can't.
And then just to show you the back seats also. Really clean.
Okay, it's gonna take it. I can't turn it off.
That's fine, just leave it on, dude. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
I leave them all on anyways, just to let them sit for a minute or so. Pop the trunk real fast.
Yeah.
Now this trunk is actually super heavy too. It's like a lot heavier than you think.
Yeah, the wing is pretty.
So you got to be careful when
has
you
lots of
shut it
fluid.
down or close it.
Let's get.
But you got a huge trunk that you can fit a bunch of crap in.
Ah, that stupid box. Well, we're not gonna see the.
It's just a spare and tire chain
Yeah, and
equipment.
some,
It's
like,
nothing special at all.
Yeah.
Um, lift this back though, and you've got your battery.
The battery right there. The battery is stupid expensive for them. It's a special size, and only until 1996 or 1977 is the battery like that.
Wow.
But it's a special battery that's like 250 or 400 pounds.
You got your little amp back here. And just be careful when you go to close this, because like I said, it's pretty heavy.
And well, no test drive today for this one, sadly.
Yeah, I'll probably do.
We'll need a new clutch, but you've just seen it in Japan, so.
Yeah, I might just post it with your video anyways.
But
because-
you already have because we're editing all that after, so you're gonna
Right.
put first the video.
No, yeah, I'll
of,
put your part
yeah,
first.
Exactly.
We're working on collaborating our videos. You know, it's a learning process, but
Just to
we're
show a little bit what the car, like, you know, showing people like
the
how's
process
the car in
too,
Japan, like
you know.
how it's tested, what we do to it.
because it's not just shipped from the auction to the port.
Yeah, it
it's
is not
taken
how
to
we
a
work,
shop
at
that
all.
you work at.
Yes.
You guys take care of it. You test the crap out of it.
Yeah.
And that's why we buy it, because we know they're good quality cars mechanically.
Except when like somebody ruins the clutch.
And that's just nothing you can do about people at the port, man.
But at least it
unfortunately.
will get a brand new clutch, which is also.
Yeah, I mean
good
and
selling
that's a plus for the buyer too, you know.
All right. Well,
I guess, yeah,
we
man.
will enjoy the final test drive for the video in a bit.
Such a
And I will go back to Japan. Bye bye.
Hey, so now you may notice that I'm not dressed the same. There's a reason for that. Actually, when I took the car, the suspensions were absolutely horrible. After 10-minute driving it, I just made a U-turn back to the shop, and well, now the car has new suspensions. So, what did ATL JDM just buy? A really good car. I can promise you that's a really good car. It's fast. It's fast. So also we're not on the usual road. We are on a place called Futatami. 7,000 RPM. Get the paperwork out. On a pretty famous drift spot right here, actually. Already caught up with traffic, sadly. Hopefully not for too long. And yeah, some people taking photographs. Very popular here. But yeah, now the car is like mechanically pretty much perfect. The road is a bit too small for it. It's a big car. It is a very, very big car. But its engine is as smooth as can be, really. Lots of grip in the rear for once. Tires are much bigger than stock. I think they're 255 in the rear, which does make it grip a lot more than comparable R33 GTS25t. 255 fairly grippy tires. When you are on with a car that's only 250 horsepower, it's a lot. It's very, very, very grippy. Are going to be very, very happy with that car. Alright, future powers, that's gonna be your turn now. That's gonna be your turn now, and well, show us the car in the US. Cheers, guys.
Alright, thank you Flavian for the introduction. Unfortunately my drive isn't going to be as eventful as Flavian's. I mean, it's just driving in the US. It's driving in Atlanta, which is usually a lot of traffic and a lot of police and a lot of really bad drivers. So we're just going to take it easy. I'm heading down to Decatur right now to do some other stuff. Yeah, obviously ATL JDM isn't the only thing I do with Rick. I just wanted to show you on the highway how this thing handles. It's got a brand new clutch in it and it's shifting smoother than ever. I mean, it was shifting smooth before. It used to have this little creak like this every time you would punch in the clutch, but now it's super quiet. Really nice now. The It's kind of dead right now, or it starts spazzing out all over the place. See, I already got 2 guys behind me. That's the really cool thing about driving this car, is everybody wants to be your best friend or your worst enemy when you're driving this thing. Everyone is stepping at you, man. He's trying to come up to us. But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, I'm going 140 kilometers right now, and I didn't even notice until I looked down. You genuinely just do not feel like you're going as fast as you actually are. And that's 160, so that's about 100 miles per hour. I'll slow it down just a little bit. Have too much fun in this thing. See, 85 is already all spaghetti. Spaghetti at Spaghetti Junction. But like I said before, it's really not that fun to drive here. Been trying to figure out ways to make my driving videos a little better, because when I'm driving all the way and coming, there's like nothing but farms and freshly cut grass. Such a fun car. Would be an awesome car to daily. And no one gives a shit about who I am at Quick Trip unless you pull in with an R33. Then everyone is asking you 21 questions, which is awesome. You know, I like that I was able to talk to a couple people who are genuinely interested in right-hand drive cars. But you definitely get a lot of attention. And I don't know, for some reason to me, this car does feel a bit heavier than the 32. It just feels bigger too, I don't know. Which is no bad thing. Just the SD card just filled up, so I had to delete something real quick. Still at the same spot we left off. These people next to me are about to pull up and be like, oh my god, you're on the wrong side of the car. Almost there. And I forgot my cord. I was gonna play some music to show you guys the little sub in the back, the little bump in the back that you get, which doesn't sound too bad. Granted, the system is probably older than I am, or close to. Still like 130, and it just feels like I'm going 50 because of just how smooth. And for whatever reason, like, it's just so quiet. You know, I figured it'd be a little louder than what it is with the bigger exhaust, but just such an awesome car. Bummed out that GPS doesn't work. I mean, I wasn't gonna work regardless because it's still registered in Japan, like doesn't know it's here. But it is funny just to see your little dot, the origin at the port in Japan. guess, I don't know, I mean, like I said, it's just driving in the US here, but at least I was able to catch some speed on the interstate. But I'm here in Decatur, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, you know, it's not gonna be as cool as Flavian driving in Japan down the mountains, but thanks for tuning in, and I don't know, we'll see you on the next one.